Hey ladies, it is July 2nd. I don't know what cycle day this is, but it is, let's see, uh 15 days post retrieval. I got the call on my PGS testing, and my terrific 3 is down to an out of this world 1. Yeah, I'm not mad. It's actually kind of funny. I wish I could have recorded the conversation because the nurse called me and I just heard her say, "You have 3 embryos." And I screamed like, "Oh my God." And she's like, "Well, hold on." And I was just like, oh, wait. You were just saying I had 3 embryos biopsied. And then she was like, "So only 1 was normal." And I was just like, "Oh." And she was like, "Well, that's still good." And I'm like, it's not the same. It's not the same. I was really hoping for all 3 to be normal, but only 1 is normal. I'm still in the running. I'm incredibly blessed. So, I'm not angry. Actually, I feel, incredibly blessed. Sorry, my hair is like a mess. It's been kind of a day at work today. I actually feel incredibly blessed that I decided to do the PGS testing because I didn't have to, and I'm glad that I did because, I had 3 embryos. They were graded 4BB, 3BB, and 3BB. So my normal embryo is a 4BB, so it was the strongest out of the 3. I'm calling it my little fighter. So I'm happy about that. Now, because I only have 1, and I said before that I would decline knowing the gender. So I do not know the gender of this normal one. I am speculating, girl, by the way that it was blacked out, but I really don't know. So, I was strong on the phone call and saying that I wanted to not know, but I am struggling with this decision now. I kind of want to know. But I think I need to dwell on whether I want to find out the gender at birth, or if I want to find out at ultrasound confirmation, or if I want to find out blood tests. So I'm still debating that. So I'll let you know how that goes. I don't think that I could wait to birth to find out if it's a girl or a boy. I think the latest I could wait would be ultrasound confirmation, but I think at 9 weeks I can get a blood test confirmation, so I think I'll probably do that. Anyway, let's talk about my abnormal ones. So, I do know the gender of my 2 abnormal embryos. Both of them were boys. So, the odds are not in my favor that this one, my normal one, is a girl, but I don't know. Could be a girl. So, the first one, boy, which was a 3BB, had 47 chromosomes, so it had an extra chromosome. It had an extra chromosome 16, so that is called a trisomy 16. And a full trisomy 16 is a chromosomal disorder in which an individual has 3 copies of chromosome 16 instead of the usual 2. Trisomy 16 is not compatible with life and is the most common chromosomal cause of miscarriages, causing over 100,000 miscarriages annually in the U.S. alone. So that one I'm thinking is just because I'm old. I'm 38. My eggs are old. So that's probably why that is. My second boy, which was also a 3BB, had 46. That's the normal amount of chromosomes. However, had a deletion on chromosome 4 in band 15.2. So what this means is part of the chromosome 4 was missing. And when this particular part, I think between bands 15 and 16 or 15 and 17, I forget which one, it is called Wolff-Hirschhorn syndrome when that is missing. Now, what does this mean? It's definitely an abnormality. This particular abnormality does not always result in miscarriage. A lot of times it does result in a successful pregnancy and can also result in a baby that is carried to term. However, this abnormality is associated with physical and cognitive abnormalities. So it is quite likely that my baby would be deformed and have cognitive disabilities as well as having a very short expected lifespan. It is very rare for these children to live to see age 10, and most of these children die within the first 8 months of life, I believe. This new page that I've now seen says that babies born with Wolff-Hirschhorn syndrome have distinct facial features with wide-set eyes, extremely small head, and a beaked nose. There are significant development delays, and the child finds it very difficult to reach his or her developmental milestones on time. There may also be significant growth retardation. Failure to thrive is another classic symptom, along with hypotonicity, psychomotor retardation, and seizures. Babies with Wolff-Hirschhorn syndrome also tend to have a cleft lip, cleft palate, short upper lip, and fish mouth appearance. Children with this syndrome also tend to have flexed soles such that they walk on their toes, and along with this there may be certain cardiac and renal defects as well associated with the syndrome. So also I said earlier that it could result in a very short lifespan. This page, on the other hand, is saying that that children that suffer from the syndrome live until adult life, albeit they'll be significantly dependent on others for their everyday tasks. So speech and occupational therapy may be a benefit in teaching the patients on how to become independent and cope. There are different levels depending on whether it's a partial deletion or a complete deletion. Mine was a partial deletion. It wasn't complete, but still an abnormality. So it saddened me, pardon me, it saddened me that I only had one normal embryo. But I am incredibly grateful for doing the PGS testing, because had I not done the PGS testing, I would have transferred the stronger embryo first, so which just happened to be the normal embryo. But in the event, but let's say that that embryo resulted in a live birth, healthy baby, I would be thinking that I had 2 in the bank, not knowing that these 2 would not be the best. So I think not knowing what was going on with these 2 embryos, I may have likely put off doing another egg retrieval sooner with younger eggs. At least I'm still hopeful with the one embryo that I have, and that it will result in a healthy live birth. And the plan here, because I do want a sibling, would be to go through another round of IVF and freeze embryos again 6 months after giving birth. That way I catch my eggs as young as I can catch them, in the hopes that I can get a sibling. I do have one vial left for my donor. However, this Wolff-Horshorn syndrome, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right, but in the research that I've done, the short amount of time that I've had to do research today, it seemed like even though the parents of babies that have this particular abnormality have normal chromosomes themselves, the studies that I've seen have traced this particular chromosomal abnormality back to the father every time. I have not seen this abnormality traced back to the mother in any of the studies that I've seen in my quick research. So this gives me a little pause about my donor, and whether I should continue with him. It could be that there is some abnormality here that is resulting in my embryos not making it to blast, and this particular abnormality. I think what I might do is call California Cryobank and inquire about my donor. He is retired. I know he has reported pregnancies. I don't know about any live births, but I do want to inquire about anyone reporting genetic abnormalities with him. If that's the case, then if I try this again, I may very well need to pick a new donor. So instead of using my last vial. So I did a little bit more research, and I also talked to the cryobank. So the cryobank was not helpful. According to their records, or at least the girl that I talked to, who was not a genetic counselor, she said she couldn't see anything. She could only report to me that there were more than 5 reported pregnancies and that there were live births. And of the live births, no one's reported any abnormalities. So anyway, I talked to the cryobank. They didn't have any genetic counselors on hand, so I will have to call tomorrow when a genetic counselor is on hand, and then maybe speak to them. They might have some more information on my donor, so I can decide whether to use him or not again. As much as I'd love for my babies to be full siblings, at the risk of not getting any embryos, being potentially a year, more than a year older, with my eggs and all, I don't know. I mean, it's quite possible that I'll find a husband while pregnant, you know? But even in the event that this embryo doesn't take, and I have to try again, do I want to try with this donor? I don't know. I think I might have to switch donors. As much as I love the donor that I have, I may very well have to switch donors. So I think I need more information before I make that decision, and I just need to call California Cryobank and see about it. So I'm just gonna keep this one short. It's been a wait. It's been a long wait. I'm glad I didn't have to wait until tomorrow to get the news. She called me 8 o'clock this morning. It's just been a crazy work day, so I've just been able to get around to it. I still have faith that I will have a baby in my arms. Hopefully it'll be a little girl, but at this point I have one embryo and I'm just looking for a healthy baby one way or the other. I do still fear gender disappointment if this embryo is not a girl. But, you know, only having one shot at this before having to start all over makes me incredibly nervous. It makes me a lot more... Oh, look at this here. I don't know. There's been mosquitoes in here. I think I've been getting bites. Sorry. It makes me nervous for transfer, knowing that I don't have any left in the freezer after this one transfer. Makes me incredibly nervous. So, you know, the steps are ordered. God knows best. You know, maybe one baby is right for me. Maybe one baby for now is right for me, and I'll find a husband and get pregnant naturally. I don't know what the future holds. I'm still incredibly hopeful for this embryo, and I don't want to make any insinuations or plans as if this embryo isn't going to work. This one's a fighter. Not a perfect grade, but I don't need it to be. It's the fighter out of my 8 that were mature. So, it's the last one standing. And I only need just one, right? I only need just one. So, I'm going to tell you about calling California Cryobank. I don't have a schedule right now on when my transfer will be. I'm actually quite nervous now, considering that my RE is on vacation and I don't have any instruction. And as of right now, I think I am a little bit further along in my cycle and I have no instructions. So, I am actually cycle day 5, I believe, right now. I'm either cycle day 5 or cycle day 6 in my cycle 14. So, I can't remember if it started on, pardon me, Wednesday, or if it started on Thursday. I think it started 10 days, so I may very well be cycle day 6. And without any instruction, I just don't know what will happen with this transfer. I'm starting to worry that I will get instruction too late, and this transfer will have to happen my next cycle. I hope not. Since my RE is on vacation. I did call in my cycle day 1 last week, and the receptionist said that the doctor would be calling. I don't know if she lost a note on my cycle day 1 or what, but no one ever called me back. So I just don't have instruction, and I know PGS results weren't back yet, so I don't know. I tried to call today. Appears that somebody closed the office a half hour early today, so I called right before 4:30. They're supposed to close at 5. So I left a message. Hopefully I'll get a call tomorrow with some instruction one way or the other. The nurse that called me this morning seemed to be a little concerned that I wasn't on birth control right now. But again, I had no instruction whatsoever for what to do. So I don't know. But, you know, if I don't get the transfer this month, that puts me in line for maybe a May baby, provided my baby doesn't come too early, which wouldn't be upset for a May baby. My sister's birthday is in May, so again, would be very poetic to have a baby around her birthday. So that would just be great. Hopefully she would have her spirits. I'm making my intentions known here. So yeah, that's where we are. I will keep you guys posted on what I find out from the cryo bank and what I find out with my schedule. As of right now, I have nothing else going on. I'm not waiting on anything else except for hearing for my instruction for transfer, and whenever that is. I do have to travel next week, so hopefully I get some instruction before then. I don't know if I'll have to come in for some sort of baseline ultrasound or not, but hopefully I'll get whatever instruction I need and figure out a schedule. It'd be nice to get that transfer done before the end of this month. Otherwise, it's just more waiting. But this video is already at the 20-minute mark, and I am just rambling now. My cats are having a fit. So I'm gonna go get dinner. It's almost 8 o'clock. I'm late. I have been marinating my meat. I just need to cook it now. So hope you ladies are having a great Monday. It is July 4th week, so this of course will air late. So hopefully you will have a great 4th of July. I am going to try to have some fun this week. I've got one baby and I'm hoping to be pregnant with it, so I'm going to go make use of my universal season pass, annual pass, and go ride some rides before I can't ride them anymore. So that's what I'll be doing with my July 4th. I have Wednesday off for July 4th, and I have Thursday and Friday off, so it will be a 5-day weekend for me, and I'm looking forward to it. All right, well, sticky baby dust to all those TTC. Bye.